back to another review. It's going to start getting too cold to be sitting in the park doing these soon. I've noticed that like 90% of my viewers aren't subscribers, so if you like these reviews that I do and they're useful to you, please consider subscribing. It really does help me out. Today I'm going to be reviewing the GTX. I've had this board for a little while and I've done the unboxing and I've gone over all the stats, so if you want to know more about the board and the stats, take a closer look at it. I will put that up in the thing there and I'll put it in the description below. So this is kind of like part 2 of the review. So I've had this board for a while now and I've been riding it alongside with the Carbon GT. Today I've got the GTX set up with the Evolve 107s. I'll do a review of those in a couple of weeks. So the first thing you'll notice when you get your board is it ships with the trucks really loose. This is so basically all your bushings aren't just compressed while it's sat on the shelf or shipping from manufacturing. So jump on the board, just get the feel of it, and then take the time to set up the trucks how you like it, how you feel comfortable before you start going out riding too fast. So I'm meeting some other riders for lunch before we go out for a ride later. This gives me a good opportunity to take the GTX for a ride around the park and along the cycle superhighways of London, and then we'll stop and we'll do a review of the board and see how it feels. Finish off this review in Marie's Sauces and Food. Really good vegan food, just a shameless plug for them. See if you can see their sign on the wall. So firstly, if it wasn't for the GTX, I probably wouldn't even made it into central London today. My train that was supposed to go to Wimbledon to get me the train to Waterloo, it almost got to the station. The signal broke and the train literally stopped just outside the station where we sat for about 20 minutes. I missed my connecting train. Then they decided they were going to send the train all the way back to where it started from. So I jumped off at the next station back, jumped on the GTX, and then just managed to get straight into central London. So this board already so much better than public transport. I would have ended up back where I started, an hour and a half late and even unable to do this review. So props to the GTX already just for getting me into London to shoot this video. First thing I want to mention is the Flex. Just having that bit of comfort compared to the Carbon is really nice, especially when riding on the 107s, because you've got none of the pneumatic tyres to take some of the bumps out of the road. The 107s are really nice, but just that bit of bamboo, that Flex, it's a really smooth ride, really comfortable. The range, I only just started to get down to about 70% battery. I've ridden to the station and then I rode from Wimbledon nearly into central London. I've ridden around Hyde Park and then I've ridden down to the east end of London to get some food here. I've got so much battery left. The range on this board is absolutely incredible. I will go out riding for the rest of the night and see how long I can make it last. Compared to the Carbon, the GTX has much more of that carvy feel. The Flex again really helps on this, and the deck shape, your feet just sit really snugly. One thing to note is the deck is slightly shorter than the Carbon, and you really do notice this. you don't have that such a wide kind of strong stance, but it's a beautiful ride. It's really smooth. Yeah, I've just been weaving in and out of tourists who are just mindlessly walking the cycle lane all day. Another thing to mention is the smoothness of the ride. It's an absolute beautiful board. I haven't been riding in slow or eco today, just in fast mode and GT. The power deliver in fast, it's a really nice smooth acceleration, building you up to a really good speed. And then in GT, you can just gun it from 0 and then match the speed of the traffic in London really quickly. Very responsive, absolute beautiful ride. So I'm just finishing up the edit now, and I realised I didn't shoot an outro. I charged the board up with lunch, met up with the other riders, and we went out for our end of the month night ride in London. I just kind of lost myself on the ride. There's something magical about just when you get on this board and you just float off around the city at night. Totally forgot to finish up this review. And I think that really sums up the board for me. Once you're on it, it just transforms the world around you. The way you can effortlessly just glide around the city at night from one place to another. It's like you don't have a care in the world. You just meet up with your crew and you just ride. So I think that really sums up, without going into specs, range, like battery, motors and all the other stuff. There's something else about this board. I can't really put into words that just once you're on it, it's like you don't have a care in the world. The question is, do I prefer the GTX or the Carbon GT? I think that's something we'll have to go into on another review another week. Again, thanks for watching. If you like these reviews, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next week.